Botox is the word that everybody knows and uses, but that is really one of the brands. It's the most dominant brand. Kind of like Kleenex, instead of tissue paper, we just refer to it as Kleenex, or Q-tip, instead of cotton swab, we say Q-tip. These are just common, the more dominant or original brands. These are neuromodulators. So neuromodulator is something that basically functions as communication of nerve to muscle. So basically by blocking the communication of nerve to muscle, that muscle is not going to be functional for a couple of months. So neuromodulators are different brands and they have different characteristics, different duration of action, strength of action. I can go over some of the major players. Let's compare two of the major ones, such as Botox with Daxxify. So if this is 3, 4, and 6 months, once you get to Botox after 1 or 2 weeks, it's going to be pretty strong all the way to 2 months, and then it starts to go down. So this one is Botox. Then we have Daxxify, for example, that there's been more and more talk about it in last 1 or 2 years. And Daxxify, it starts pretty quick, kind of like Botox, but it doesn't maintain the same strength over the course of 3-4 months, in my opinion and my experience. But it does linger longer. So to me, the function of Daxxify, it's more like the curve starts to go down even as early as a month, but it does linger longer. So up to 5 to 6 months, you can see some function, but with Botox, after 3.5 to 4 months, it's gone. I think this sport has a lot of similarities with Botox, so I'm gonna kind of like bring this sport pretty much close to the same graph. There are 2 other modulators that I personally don't use them much, and those are Jeuveau and Xeomin. And the reason for that is I find them a little bit less predictable versus Botox and this sport. So Jeuveau and Xeomin, a lot of times you require more dosage, or with the same dosage, sometimes you get a steady result, sometimes you get a weaker result. So I prefer to use something that's more consistent in my hands, and that is Botox in this sport with that regard. And then Daxxify for people, it's ideal for people who don't really want a strong result, or they don't care if the result starts to wear off. These are people who don't show up on their appointments every 3 or 4 months. They just want to do it 1 or 2 times a year, and they're okay with the results not being as strong or not as steady.